Are you innocent as you claim to be? We're going to find out now. Okay.
That's what. That's what. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I heard this argument from Christians. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to like debunk it or give me why it doesn't make sense. You know,
Okay.
because I thought it's very valid.
All right.
And that argument is Allah having a son.
Okay.
Like, can Allah have a son if he wanted to?
So what's the argument?
So this is not the argument, but it's more like a question, a line of questions.
Okay.
Like, can Allah have a son if he wanted to?
Okay. Can you clarify what do you mean by have a son? So, if you mean choose from what He created, or do you mean create another God? Because if you say this is you see now
Like
this question can be
offspring.
yeah. So that's how I'm trying to answer you now by clarifying the question, because the question can mean two things. Because again, the word son has three meanings. Son biologically, where you give birth, you become pregnant and give birth. Son through adoption, there is someone you say you adopt and then he becomes your child. Or son metaphorically, where that person is not your son in any way, shape, or form, but you just use that term. For instance, some old man crossing the street and says, "Son, help me to cross." He's not, you're not his son, but he's just metaphorically saying that as a gentle way of referring to you. Now, so it's one of these three things. So now, if you're asking the question of choosing of the creation as a form, like kind function or whatever, nothing necessarily prohibits that, but it's something that God doesn't do, because then people will worship that thing and not worship the Creator. Now, if you're talking about giving birth biologically or anything of that sort, offspring of that sort, then no, Allah clear in the Quran. Allah says He doesn't beget nor He's born. And the reason is very simple, is because the minute that happens, you have two gods, you don't have a God. And anything which is created or made or relies on something else for existence cannot be God by definition. God, one of the essential attributes of God is independence. Or you want to use the philosophical terms of their aseity or whatever, it doesn't matter really. I don't like using philosophical terms. Independence is a very clear term. So God is independent. And if God is independent, if you say there is a son, there is also a God, then by definition, that excludes the son from being God, because he's dependent on that father.
Okay, maybe I'll ask you
That's the simple answer to your question. Yeah.
Let's say it this way. If Allah wanted to have a son, how would He do it? If He wanted to have a son, would He do it in one of those three ways you say, like
yeah, Allah says in the Quran, if Allah wanted to take a son, Lastafa, Allah uses that term, Lastafa mimma yakhluqu ma yasha. He will choose from His creation. So He will choose one of the creation, and that creation can be referred to as a son. So it's not going to be an actual like son that is like biologically given or begotten or any of these things. So, but it's going to be a chosen being from the created being. So it's going to be created. So something created that God will choose from what He created, and that will be referred to as a son.
So why would?
But that's what the verse of the Quran says.
Yeah.
But the verse of the Quran then says, "Glory be to Him," or that basically He's high above that. So there's not something that God
I understand
would.
that one. I understand that one. But if because I know I read a verse that say, He told Muhammad he would be the first of worshippers. So why would they worship a created being if Allah wanted to have a son He would choose from His creation? Why would they worship
that talks about that talks about the impossibility. It says, قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ لِلرَّحْمَنِ وَلَدٌ. Say if the Creator had a son. So the Creator doesn't have a son. So if I said, if I'm hungry, so if I said, if I'm hungry, I would eat, that doesn't mean I'm hungry.
Yeah,
so
but no.
that hypothetical if can be an impossibility. You can say something as an impossibility and say if this impossibility. So for example, I can say, if I could fly, I'd go to the moon. I mean, that doesn't mean that this is a possibility, and it doesn't mean that's something I could do. So this verse explores something which is an impossibility. So essentially, it says that it's not that we have an issue with the idea of being son or not being son, of God having a son or not. It's just that it's an impossibility. So the verse is essentially saying, if this was a possibility, if something like this could happen, there would be no problem in us worshiping that son. Yeah, why not?
Why would he be worshipped if he was a created being?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's an impossibility. You cannot have a son. You cannot have a son that is also a God. But this verse is essentially saying, if that impossibility was true, and somehow he can be created and God at the same time, which is an impossibility, then he will be worshipped because he will be God. But it's an impossibility. Do you understand what I'm saying about impossibilities?
For me, I'm trying to, because not everything is impossible. Not all ifs are impossibility, right?
In this case, it is, yeah.
Okay, but me, I'm trying
and I gave you the reason why. Did you hear why? Yeah, so it's an impossibility, logically. I already told you.
But he said he would if he wanted to. How is that impossible?
What? Who would? What? If, I think you picked verses. I already told you. One verse talks about the irrational impossibility of having a child, through that child also being God, meaning begotten or any of that. So this is an impossibility. So this verse explores the impossibility. Other verse talks about a different type of son, which I already told you, choosing something that is created. So it's not going to be a literal God. So if Allah wanted to pick something and refer to it as a son, he would pick something from his creation, but that's not going to be the son in the conventional meaning of the word. So you cannot mix these two verses, which in separate, obviously, surahs and separate pages talking about different things.
Let me get this straight. So if he wanted to have a son, he would choose from his creation.
Yes. But again, I said to you, what son means there? Just Allah will refer to it as a son.
What would he mean? What would he mean
in that way? Yeah, it's like you can refer to it in a way like adoption, something similar to adoption. Okay, I'm gonna take one of those creation and it will be referred to as the son of God. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
That's what it means. That Allah uses the word istafa, which means to choose. So Allah will choose one of the created things. Yeah.
I saw the argument and it kind of makes sense because think about it. Me, when I see the Jesus of the Quran, it's similar to the Jesus of the Bible, but the essential things that Jesus preached, the essential things that he brought, it wasn't recorded in the Quran, or the Quran disputed. You get me? So me, I've been trying to understand how is this Jesus of the Quran the real Jesus? If he's a bit different, if he's not a little bit, but only, I would say only the birth is very similar, but everything else is kind of different. You get me? So I've been trying to understand.
You kind of confused me because you said that they're very similar, then you ended up by saying they're not similar. So
yeah, they're similar. They're similar in the sense that Jesus was born from Mary. He was sinless, things like that. But then,
where does the Quran say Jesus was sinless?
Not the Quran. I heard it's in the hadiths. What are you? Are you a Sunni or no?
There's no such thing. I'm a Muslim, and there's no such thing in the Quran or the hadith. You can find it. Go ahead.
You said Jesus was, so it's possible that Jesus was not sinless. He was a sinner.
It is the case in the Bible, I would say. But in Islam, there's no comment. Yeah. In Islam, there's no specific mention whether he was or he wasn't. Just like there isn't, for instance, there are 25 prophets mentioned in the Quran by name. I mean, these prophets, many of them, or you just say even maybe most of them, there's nothing in the Quran and Hadith where it specifically mentions them committing a sin or not. So anyone can make the claim, oh, he's sinless because there's nothing about sins mentioned. No. I mean, you don't say someone is sinless just because there is no record of him sinning. I mean, someone can say that, you just don't know that they sinned.
I can also bring it the other way. If you don't have no record of him sinning, he possibly didn't sin, I could turn it to you again.
Sorry, say that again, sorry.
Like you're saying we don't have evidence of him not sinning. I could say we don't have evidence of him sinning,
No, we have a hadith of the Prophet where he said every child of Adam commits sins.
But Jesus was not the child of Adam.
He was a child of Adam. Even in the Bible, he's what are you talking about?
No,
even
the Quran.
No, I said in the Quran, he's definitely a child of Adam. But in the Bible, he's also a child of Adam. So I don't know what you're talking about. In the Bible, Luke explicitly mentions the genealogy.
Yeah, in the Bible,
it talks about Jesus. And it says the son of Adam, right?
Yeah,
so he's a son of Adam. In Islam, he's also a son of Adam because he comes from Mary. So if he comes from Mary and Mary comes from Adam, by definition, he's from the children of Adam. I don't know what you mean by saying that he's not son of Adam.
How is he the son of Mary? If Mary, women don't have a seed, how would you say it's her son when Jesus didn't come from, like, yes, she gave birth to him, but he didn't come from Mary.
Jesus didn't come from Mary.
No, he came from Mary in birth, but like there was no man that impregnated her to have that son.
That's irrelevant.
How? And
who
him
told
being
you that? Where did you get this criteria that you need a seed in order for someone to be the son of someone? I don't understand.
I mean,
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of
every
it being a
human-
miracle. For it being, allow me to finish, please. That is the whole point of it being a miraculous birth. That's why the Quran says Jesus is the son of Mary. If he's the son of Mary, then he's the son of Adam, because Mary is from the children of Adam.
Yeah.
And I like this. You're really making a really bad. I'm sorry to say, but really bad argument. I mean, like,
No.
so, yeah.
It makes sense. It makes
What?
sense. I mean, I'll be
What
a
makes
little
sense?
bit, because if you think about it, a normal human would come from a man, pregnant a woman, and then the seed of a man.
Okay. Okay. Did Adam come from a man and a woman? From a seed?
He was created.
Oh, Jesus was also created
How?
by God. He was created in the womb of Mary. What's the problem in God creating someone in the womb of Mary?
Where you get that from? He was like created in the womb of Mary. In
In the Quran. Open in the chapter 3 of the Quran and the description of the birth of Jesus. And Gabriel responds to Mary, which says, how can I have a son when no man has touched me?
Yeah.
And then he says, يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Allah creates what He wills. So in reference to Jesus in this case. That Allah creates what He wills, and in this case He created Jesus. Chapter 3, you're listening? Al-Imran.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Verse 47. Read it.
47. Go. Okay. He said, how can I have a child when no mortal?
He said, not he or she?
She. That's
Yeah,
like
not he. Yeah, so obviously Mary is a she in this case, okay? So, yeah, okay. Go ahead.
She said, my Lord, how can I have a child when no mortal has touched me? That's a question.
Yes.
He said, so it will be in quotation mark, Allah created what He will. If He
Allah creates what He will.
Allah created what He will. If He
It's not
decree
created is a verb.
create
past
create
tense.
what He
Yeah,
will.
okay.
If He decrees something, a thing, He said into it be and it is. But that's how He
Yeah,
created
very clear.
Jesus.
Very clear. Sorry, what?
That's not how He created Jesus. He didn't say be and it is.
He said be and it is. That's actually wrong.
To
And
Jesus?
in fact, that's also
To create
yeah,
Jesus?
That's also, yes, that's also clear in the Quran. Same chapter. Go to verse 59.
Because I know a verse where He said He blew
Can you
into
go to
Mary.
verse 59? Can you go
Yeah,
to
the
verse
same
59?
chapter.
You're talking about Gabriel, not God. But go to verse 59. Yeah, 59, same chapter.
Okay.
Just go on to 59.
Can we go to that verse after?
No. You said about the creation from saying
Yeah,
be and it
he-
is. So
he
go to
didn't-
verse 59.
Uh-huh.
Go to verse
I'm
59.
there. I'm there.
I'm refuting you by verse 59, so read it.
Okay, no problem. I will have another verse that also refuted.
Can we read verse 59? Can we
Okay,
read
let me
verse
read it.
59?
Indeed, this is
You're not really doing a good argument here. Sorry,
Okay.
good job of arguing. But go ahead. Yes, verse
okay, no
59, read
problem.
it.
This is Sahih International. Indeed, the example of Jesus
Uh-huh.
to Allah is like that of Adam. He
Uh-huh.
created him from dust. Then He said
Uh-huh.
to him, be, and he was.
Sorry, he said what?
He said to him, be, and he was. I have
who?
another verse to
No,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you just said a minute ago that he wasn't created by saying be and it is. He
Yes,
was
I have
created
the
by
verse that shows that.
by saying be and it is.
Can I bring
Now-
the verse?
No, because we're jumping everywhere.
No,
here.
it's the
I
same
wanna
verse that
understand what
speaks
your
on
argument
how
is.
He was created.
No, I want to just understand what your argument is, regardless of how he was created. What's the argument you're trying to make? Because
Okay,
we keep
so
jumping.
this verse is saying He was created by Allah saying be and He was, and there's another verse that contradict that say Allah blew into Mary through Gabriel. So how is that the same thing?
Okay,
How
I
did He
already
create him?
corrected you. I already corrected you now because now you're lying. Because I told
Can I
you
bring the
Allah
verse?
doesn't say. Yeah, no, but you heard what? Okay, first, this established you were disproving clearly because you said that it doesn't say that Jesus was created by saying be and it is, and I explicitly refuted you by bringing a verse that says that.
No, you
Then I
didn't,
also
because I
told
have
you.
something
Let me
that
finish
should
what I'm
that.
saying. Let me
Okay.
finish what I'm saying. Then you said something about blowing, and I told you you're wrong. This is reference to Gabriel. Then you said again it's Allah when I just told you it's not. So go ahead, show me. Where does it say Allah?
Okay, let me bring the verse. Go to chapter 66, verse 12.
Okay, give me a moment. Okay. I'm reading the verse. Where does it say Allah?
Okay. This is the peacock.
Oh, so why did you pick this specific translation when you were reading Sahih International a minute ago?
Is it not the same translation?
Oh, I know why you're doing it. You see why? This is why.
Okay, tell me.
It's
I don't know why.
Wait. Let me now, like with all due respect, bust you and get you busted in 4K, as they say. Let me read that verse in every other translation and see why you're picking that translation. Here, Mustafa Khattab translation. There is also an example of Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity, so we breathed into her womb through our angel Gabriel. She testified to the words of her Lord. Now we read Sahih International, which you read before a minute ago, but all of a sudden now you don't want to read it. It says, an example of Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity and we blew into her garment through our angel, i.e. Gabriel.
Then the
she
question
believed
is,
into our words. Abdul Halim translation. We breathed into her from our spirit. Okay?
Who blew?
So, even picked them. It says our spirit. The spirit here, with the agreement of all Muslims, is Angel Gabriel, who came to Mary in the story, which you're already reading in chapter 19, because Allah in the Quran already refers to Angel Gabriel as the spirit. Allah calls him Ruh al-Qudus, the pure spirit. Allah calls him Ruh al-Amin, the trustworthy spirit. It's all over the Quran where Angel Gabriel is calling our Ruh. Allah is the Ruh. The Angel Gabriel will come and the rest of the angels. So, you said Allah. I told you it's Angel Gabriel.
Let me tell you why it's Allah.
Bring in a verse that shows you what I was telling you is exactly.
Can I tell you why it's Allah?
Okay, go ahead. Tell me
who blew? Who blew? He blew like the originator of that. Come on, man. Who blew? Who blew? Yes, Gabriel was the mediator, but he's not the one where the breath originates from.
Angel Gabriel is the one who did. Allah created all of us. We're all creation of God, and like, I mean, that's it. You're look, basically you're really clutching into straws because you said you'll concede when you go to the verse. We went to the verse. The verse says, sorry, we went to the verse. The verse says Angel Gabriel, but you're still trying to argue there was an Angel Gabriel.
So Angel Gabriel.
Okay, so can you tell me why does it mention Angel Gabriel?
Angel Gabriel created Jesus through Mary. Would you say that?
No.
The bread came from Angel Gabriel.
Answer the question I'm asking you first. Why is it mentioned Angel Gabriel? What did he do?
He was the mediator. Allah blew.
What did he do?
He came from. Yes, he's the one who put the spirit in Mary. But where did the spirit come from?
How did he put the spirit? What did he do?
Allah blew through Angel Gabriel, and boom.
No, that's not what the verse is. The verse telling you that?
Okay, let me read again. And Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity, and we breathed into who's we?
Angel Gabriel. In reference
Angel
to
Gabriel is we? Is we? The only person who is referred to as we in the Quran is who?
No. Like you're missing. Allah can refer to something which is an agent of God, doing the action that God. Let me finish. Allah can refer to something as an agent of God that is fulfilling the command of God that He commanded him to do. And Allah can use we in reference to that. And like I already mentioned this many times before, it's basic in English language. You have like the royal term we. So the Queen, for instance, will say we created whatever. She says we, even though it's people creating the buildings.
Sure.
Because we here, the people creating, are with the command of the Queen, with the royal decree. So if Angel Gabriel is doing something with the royal decree, then the we can be used here. Now again, like I said, the one who blew, the one who is there. What are you missing here? Why would Allah send Angel Gabriel if he's not the one blowing?
Because Allah is going to come to blow.
One second. Okay, but you're claiming Allah blew from above the heavens and came down.
Somehow he blew.
One second.
No.
One second. Oh, somehow, yeah, okay.
Yes,
if Allah blew from. Wait, let me finish this funny scenario that you have. So
okay.
the blue came from heaven, but somehow Allah needed Angel Gabriel. Why? If the blue came from heaven, that's it, done. It comes from heaven, it goes into marriage. Why did you need Angel Gabriel?
What's the purpose of Angel Gabriel?
I'm sorry. That's my question to you. Why are you asking my question?
He is the mediator, Muslim nature. He's the mediator. Come on.
I'm sorry to say, but please, this is really getting embarrassing now. Christian logic is really out of the window with all the respect. You went to the verse. The verse didn't say Allah, it said Angel Gabriel. I showed you multiple translations now, and you're clearly trying to pretend that this is not the case. You go to any exegesis of the Quran, tafsir. Go bring me one exegete that said that it was an angel.
Where you getting Angel Gabriel is the one who blew? Where you getting that? I don't see that in Pico, Sahih International.
It says from our spirit. So that the blowing was from the spirit. That spirit was Angel Gabriel. Min in the Arabic language, min ruhina. So the min here is referring to the person who did it. From who? From ruhina, the our spirit, referring to Angel Gabriel. I mean, do you know what's funny about Christians when they argue? Wait. Okay. Before you think you discovered like the nuclear bomb?
I did.
Wait,
You
okay.
gotta be honest.
You keep discovering the nuclear bomb this entire conversation. Every time you realize it's blowing in your face. But listen, my friend. Listen, Mr. Listen. We're not going to keep going in circles. The problem with Christians is the following. They ignore. Your camera went off again.
Oh God.
This is what happens when you discover explosions. Explode in your face.
Yeah, you gotta be honest, man. You gotta be honest. Your heart.
I'm the one who gotta be honest. Yeah.
Yes,
clearly I'm the one who gotta be honest. Not you.
Your heart.
Keep jumping through hoops. Listen, Mr. Innocent, who clearly is not innocent at all. Listen here. I'm gonna say this very. The problem with Christians like you is even if you're showing them the sun, you're showing them clear evidence, clear text, they still argue for the sake of arguing. If you want to have a discussion with the Muslim and you go, then you have to be charitable and understand. First, every translation says Angel Gabriel. You cannot come up and tell us, let me finish what I'm saying. Every translation says to us, if people can go and research it now. I give guys.
Put it here. Look, I have it here.
The reference chapter 66 of the Quran.
I have it here.
Go on your own and prescribe it here. I already gave you the reference.
Why you, bro?
I'm really going to remove you if you're not being patient. Right? Be patient while I'm talking. If I give people the reference, how am I not being honest? You can just Google it right now. It's so ridiculous. Listen, let me finish. So anyone can go right now, like I said, chapter 66 of Quran. And you'll see the translations. Go on Quran corner any piece. You'll see they're all saying Angel Gabriel. They're all saying through Angel Gabriel. They're all saying Angel Gabriel. So this is So the one who did the blowing.
So the one who did the blowing is no.
So let me finish what I'm saying.
Are you serious?
Okay, I'm really gonna remove you after this if you interrupt again. So through Angel Gabriel, the blowing happened. And I already responded to that. I said Angel Gabriel was doing the command of Allah. So the he is referencing Angel Gabriel fulfilling and doing as Allah commanded. When Allah Azza wa Jalla says we send down the rain, we believe as Muslims there is an angel that is commanded to control the rain. Okay? There's an angel that is commanded to control the rain and bring down the rain. Now Allah still says we brought down the rain because that angel that brings down the rain is doing and fulfilling the command of Allah that Allah commanded him.
Who brought down the rain?
To claim to see we. Yes, Allah says He's the one who did it because He created the angel and He's the one who's given him.
That's my point, my friend.
Because no, that's not your point. That's you trying to
the
jump
angels
through
are
the hoop.
mediator.
Wait,
the angels are mediator.
finish what I'm saying. That's you trying to jump through the hoop. What I already told you, that the Quran mentioned Angel Gabriel, and you said no, it doesn't say Angel Gabriel, it says Allah. And when we went to the verse and you saw that it says Angel Gabriel, you didn't concede as you claimed. You lied. You said I'm going to concede if it says Angel Gabriel.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if you're not honest, then there's no point of me continuing the discussion with you. But I mean, Christians would just want to argue for the sake of arguing. He started first with the sun, he got refuted, and then he moved into Jesus was not created by BLTs. He was refuted. Then he said he went to Angel Gabriel, he was refuted, but then he just kept arguing for the sake of arguing. So I mean, at this point, there's really not much we can do.